Hey, this is Corey from Woodcraft, and today I'm going to show you a couple of items that you can pack with you to make your first solo overnighter that much more enjoyable and so much more comfortable. So if you want to know what these items are, stay tuned. Alright, so here I have some items that when I first started solo camping, these are the things that really helped me out to get me a lot more comfortable in the woods, especially when I was by myself. Now, the first thing that really made a big difference, the thing that I probably used the most when I first started solo camping, was my cell phone. Now, the reason I brought it with me is because it gave me the opportunity to have that peace of mind of knowing that help is just a call away, right? If something were to happen, if I were to get hurt or lost or whatever, I could call for help. You know, I told everybody where I was going to be. I made sure not to camp too far from my vehicle so that I had the luxuries of my vehicle as well. But if something were to happen and I needed help, I could make one phone call and somebody would be on their way. And that's really huge, right? Another thing that this does is all your social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, the internet, there's a lot of comforts from home packed up into this small little smartphone. And so what it did is it allowed me to reassure myself that I wasn't going to be bored out there, right? I wasn't going to be just sitting out there staring at a tree with nothing to do, right? I had Facebook, I had Instagram, I had Twitter. It all was on this device, and so all those things that I would do to normally pass the time, I could do it out in the woods as well. Now, the most important thing to me was that it played music. I downloaded a bunch of music to my phone, and I would play music. And what that music did is the first time you go out and you're solo camping, you're going to hear all the creaks and all the rustling of the leaves and the squirrels and the chipmunks and all these different things, and you're not going to be used to them and you're not going to be familiar with them. And your mind starts playing tricks on you, right? All of a sudden that squirrel sounds like a bear, right? Or those chipmunks rustling in the leaves are something out to get you, okay? Or they're going to come and they're going to chew a hole and get at your food. Or they're going to, your mind starts going in all these different directions. And playing music and having the music in the background, it helps eliminate those distractions and those fears, okay? So that was a huge thing that really helped me. And one of the things that I did is, because my phone was so important, I wanted to save the battery. I went out and I bought this little radio. It's a hand crank radio. It has a flashlight. It's got AM, FM radio and the weather band. And so here's the weather band. It's got an antenna.
And now, the extended forecast. Wednesday.
And so it was just something to save the battery life of my phone. Now, the problem with this exact model is it's just an emergency radio. It's not really meant for long time use. And so the battery died real quick, and I really got sick of cranking it, and the solar panel doesn't charge very fast. And so I ended up just using my phone anyway. And so this didn't really get a lot of use, but what did get a lot of use is my Eton solar-powered Bluetooth speaker. This thing I used a lot. It's pretty beat up, but it's loud, and so it really drowned out all those noises. And I was able to listen. I would make playlists on my phone before I would leave. And I would listen to them, and this would drown out all that noise, and it would take away all the paranoia, and it would take away a lot of the fears and everything. And so this was huge, right? Having a way of drowning out that stuff, but also passing the time, just sitting, relaxing, listening to music that I enjoyed with no commercials and no anything. It really helped make that transition the best. This is the thing that really made solo camping very enjoyable to me. The problem is this has a solar panel, so this would charge itself, but I'd have to play music off my phone, so I was killing my battery. So one of the things that I bought was this Levin solar panel battery charger. And when you're buying a battery charger, the thing you have to look at is the mAh, or the milliamp hours. This has 5,000 milliamp hours. Well, my cell phone has 5,000 milliamp hours. And so I can get one full charge off of this. So my phone would be fully charged by the time I got there. I would charge it in my vehicle so that when I got to camp it was fully charged. And then I had one more full day's worth in this. So I would charge it overnight with this. And now the solar panel on this doesn't work very well at all. It's a very cheap, inexpensive solar panel, and it takes, I don't even know, it takes forever for it to charge up. And so I never really used that feature. I just used it as a battery bank, but I got a full charge with that. So together, this thing is smaller than my phone. It's super light. And so together I was able to have 2 days of battery life, and then this charged itself. Well, as I started, I do overnighters. I started slow, and so I do an overnighter. Well, then I started going for multiple days, and what I upgraded to then is I got this Anchor battery pack. This is 20,000 milliamp hours. So I was able to get 4 full charges with this. Now this is bigger, it's heavier, it's bulkier, but it's got 4 charges in it. And plus, now when I started YouTube, this also charges the batteries in my camera. It charges the batteries. I have a battery charger that charges AA's, AAA's, 18650s, so I could charge my flashlight batteries. And so this was huge. But when I started YouTube and I started doing a lot more photography and making a lot more videos, I was burning through this. And so I don't want a bigger one because I don't want because they get heavier. The bigger they are, the heavier they get. And so what I did is I went out and I bought this solar panel. Now this is a really good option as well. If you don't want to carry this, you can carry this solar panel. The problem with the solar panel is you need sun to charge a device. If there's no sun, you're not charging anything. There's no battery pack inside this. It's just a solar panel, right? So what I do is I take the solar panel and I charge my battery pack. I don't charge my phone with this. I just charge my battery pack so that my battery pack is always topped off. And so this has really helped with my YouTube videos. It's helped me keep a charge on all my batteries and my phone, and I really enjoy this. So if you want solar capabilities, I suggest you buy a solar panel and not a solar panel battery combo. I haven't really found one that works very well, but having a separate battery pack and a separate solar panel I found works best for me. Alright, another thing besides having good background noise is having a way of lighting up your camp. So here we have just a Coleman lighter turned on, and it's a way of illuminating your campsite. Now your fire is going to accomplish that, but you can't take your fire with you. right? It's in the pit. It is where it is. This is something that you can set on the picnic table. You can set it by the tent. You can set it anyway. It can illuminate your way to the bathroom. It can illuminate your way to the tent. It can illuminate anywhere you want to take it. It'll go anywhere. Another thing is your fire. You might not make a fire. You might decide that too much time has passed, you don't need a fire, or you tried to make a fire and you failed. You know, it's happened to the best of us. But having a way of illuminating your campsite, your different areas. Another big one is lighting up inside your tent. Okay, so a lot of you are tent camping or hammock camping. It's important to be able to light it up, right? So that if you hear something, you can just flip a switch and you can look around, right? So that noise, oh, it's not in here, it must be outside. Because those tent walls, those tarp walls are really thin, and you'll be able to still hear everything. And so being able to see that everything's okay, being able to find what you need to find inside your tent, it's a very important thing to have with you. Now I carry this Luci Light. This is another solar option. I really enjoy solar options. But the reason I like this so much is it's so compact. It's so small. When it comes time to inflate it, you just blow it up. And just like that, you have a little lantern. And now I take this with me everywhere. I take it family camping, I take it solo camping, I take it hammock camping, I take it tent camping. This is always with me. It's either hanging on the loop on the top of my tent, or it's hanging on the ridge line on my hammock. And what this does, just like you can use with a standard lantern, is for me, it illuminates the inside of my tent, and it illuminates the tent itself. So while I'm inside my tent or my hammock, I can see what's going on. But also, if I have to go to the bathroom, or if I'm going to do something, or if I'm on state land and I'm just set up somewhere, I can turn this on at night and it illuminates my whole tent so I can find it. It illuminates my whole hammock so that I can find it, right? And so no matter what's going on in the middle of the night, I always know where my tent or my hammock is because it's glowing. And so that's why this is always, always with me. It's so small and it's so compact and it's so easy to inflate and deflate. I always have it with me. So light is very important. Distracting yourself from those unfamiliar sounds, it's very important. And so those are some things that you should pack with you. They really make a difference. You know, drowning out that sound helps keep you more comfortable, helps keep your brain from wandering off into horrible things. Having a phone so that you can call for help or call for backup. If you're scared and you don't know what to do, you can have one of your friends come and either stay with you or pick you up or just give you company to help calm you down. So your cell phone is a big, big part of first time solo backpacking or camping. Another thing is eventually you're going to learn to enjoy the peace and quiet. You're going to get used to the noises, you're going to get used to the sounds, you're going to get used to the trees and the leaves and the squirrels and the chipmunks, and you're just going to be out there and it's just going to be peaceful and quiet and all your worries are going to go away. And so one of the things that I like doing is reading. And so here I have some books here. There are people that enjoy camping. They like to get back to their primitive ways of life, and they like the primitive way of doing things. And for you guys, I suggest Bushcraft 101. This is by Dave Canterbury. It's a very good beginner's guide It's a very good way to enhance some of your skills on primitive living and bushcraft and woodcraft, whichever you call it. It's a very, very good book. Next, we have people that go out there and they just want to relax. They're on vacation. They want to relax. They want to be as comfortable as possible. And for you guys, I suggest The Ultimate Hang. This is a book about hammock camping. It has everything you need to know to get started hammock camping. It teaches you about the different kinds of hammocks. It teaches you about the different suspension types and why this one is chose over that one and why some people like this one and that one, and the tent configurations and the different kinds of tents. And this is a very good book to get you out hammock camping, which some people argue is the most comfortable form of camping and it's the most relaxing. And so this is a book that will help you decide for yourself. And then there are some people that look at the woods as a survival situation. They want to practice their survival skills. They want to practice their emergency preparedness. They want to practice different scenarios and situations so that if something were to happen, they had the skill sets to accomplish and overcome different stressful scenarios. And for them, I suggest When All Hell Breaks Loose. This is by Cody Lundeen. This is a very good book. It goes over a lot of psychology, a lot of mindset, a lot of different ways of thinking, a lot of ways of just keeping calm and overcoming. You know, finding the positivity in things, because a positive mind is an energetic mind. And the more energy you have, the more you accomplish. The more you accomplish, the more confident you are, and the more you reach your goals, right? So not only does it talk about different mindsets and how to overcome different things mentally, it also shows a lot of survival skills, how to make different traps, how to use flashlights or make your candles last longer, and all these different things that would help you. So when you're at camp, you can practice these survival skills. And so that's a book I recommend for you guys. Now, I want to know how many of you solo backpack, and what was something that you took with you that changed everything? What was something that made you the most comfortable and made it so easy to transition from camping in a group to camping solo? Leave that in the comment section below. And then make sure to subscribe and come join the pack. I have a new video every Sunday and Thursday, and I can't wait to hear what you have to say on the next one. Thanks, guys.